folks, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I'm doing a gift request, another one of Jimmy Buffett. And because he passed away a week ago, the outpouring of love and just sadness and joy and all the thoughts and feelings that come up when a person like Jimmy Buffett passes have been evident on the channel. And Jeffrey Borgen made a gift to the channel. So Jeffrey, firstly, shout out to you. Thank you for this gift. And Death of an Unpopular Poet. I don't know the song. I didn't know much of Jimmy's catalog. I knew what, Margaritaville and his 5 o'clock somewhere and maybe one or two others. But the guy was way more of a lyricist than I ever knew. He was a singer-songwriter. That was basically what he was. But he got popular. But that singer-songwriter part of him never left. So let's see what Death of an Unpopular Poet is. I mean, it conjures up sort of like images of or ideas of Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and even though he wasn't a poet per se, but let's see what this is about.
I once knew a poet who lived before his time. He and his dog Spooner would listen while he'd rhyme. Words to make you happy, words to make you cry. Then one day the poet suddenly did die. But he left.
When did this come out? Was this in the era of like Bob Dylan in the earlier part of his career? Or this is Jim Croce-ish, Cat Stevens-ish? Sort of has that vibe. I don't know when this came out.
Behind the closet, filled with verse and rhyme, through some strange transaction, one was printed in the Times.
Okay.
And everybody's searching for the king of underground. Well, they found him down in Florida with a tombstone for a crown. Everybody knows a line from his book that costs $4.99. I wonder if he knows he's doing quite this fine. 'Cause his books were all bestsellers, his poems were turned to song. Had his brother on a talk show, though they never got along. And now he's called immortal. Yes, he's even taught in school.
Gosh, I can't figure out who this is. Is it a reference to a more contemporary poet? Or is it going back to John Milton? His dog's name was Spooner. That doesn't clue me in though. All right, let's see where we go. I'm so curious to know who the poet is. It's not like Robert Frost or... All right.
They say he used his talents, most proficient too, but he left all of his royalties to Spooner, his old hound.
Oh my God.
Growing old on steak and bacon in a doghouse 10 feet around.
That's poetic.
And everybody wonders, did he really lose his mind? No, he was just a poet who lived before his time. his time.
Yeah. All right, you guys are going to fill me in on this one. Kevin Carr, you might know who this is referring to. But, So at first, it's sad in a certain way, but it's completely understandable that some people are just ahead of their time. Others don't get it until they die. And it's like when an artist dies, suddenly, like a painter, a fine artist, Rembrandt or whomever dies, their artwork immediately becomes more expensive or more valuable because that's it. There's not going to be any more from them. And so there's this limited quantity. It's like real estate. There's a limited quantity in certain areas like New York City or wherever, and the price goes up and up and up once there's no more product, if you will. But for a poet or a singer, some people are just ahead of their time. The current times aren't ready for them, and they're not prophets per se, but they get appreciated posthumously. And you're like, okay. And I love that line in there. I wonder if he knows he's doing just fine. His book sales, his poetry. But goodness gracious, I never got hardcore into poetry, though I do like some poetry. I mentioned Mary Oliver in one of Montauk Ed's gift requests, and it made me think of her because her poetry is about nature. Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask somebody play Margaritaville and then play this one to somebody who doesn't know Jimmy Buffett's music at all and ask them, is this the same artist? Nobody would say it is. So, I mean, this just tells you the intellect, assuming that Jimmy wrote this. And I'm not going to rate it because it's an ode to somebody. And part of me thinks, was Jimmy writing this in a sense sort of fantastically about himself at the early part of his career? I don't think so, but these are the thoughts that come up when they leave you, when they don't fill in the pieces. Like, I don't know who Spooner was. If Spooner was his actual dog and he actually left his money to Spooner, then people wondered if he'd lost his mind for doing it. But sometimes people write songs that are just very creative and draw you in, and then you're left wondering, what is this about? And all right, I'm not going to rate that one, Jeffrey, but man, was that a mind bender. That's in my top 10 mind benders. And there have been some good ones. Matt Gallardo has put it to me. Dave Emsweiler's put it to me. Some other folks, Jeffrey Cather. Some folks have really put it to me with some of the lyrics in songs. But you folks can fill in the pieces for me. So, Jeffrey, thank you again for that, my friend. I'll be reading the comments to see what I missed. And I know you guys will let me know. So, thank you again. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.